Though we see the unintended consequences caused by cell phones on a daily basis. If you've been harmed by a negligent or distracted driver, let us go to work for you.
Weddermark Keith, the name you know and trust.
You know, there's a lot of talk right now all across the country about the impact that COVID has had on our children with the school system, so many of them being shut down and having to learn different ways of going to school, whether it's remotely or being in class with masks on. It's been quite a challenging year for kids in general, but you throw into that here in Chattanooga the difficulties that we had almost a year ago when the tornadoes came through on Easter Sunday, and for some students it has been an even more challenging year. We're talking, of course, about the kids at Grace Baptist Academy. Happily 2021 looking a little bit better for them, so we're happy this morning to check in with Matt Pollock. He is the head of school there at Grace, and look, he's got a smile on his face this morning. Good to see you.
Thank you. Great to be here with you.
You have to be a little bit more proud than ever before of your student body and your faculty.
Absolutely. Yeah, you hit that right on the head. We are very proud of the flexibility, the adjustments that both our students and our staff have made as we've had quite the trauma in the last year.
Take us back in time a little bit. We won't relive everything, but in typical Chattanooga fashion, Matt, when this happened on Easter Sunday for everybody who was impacted, not just Grace, you saw the community rally. But for your kids and your student body, it didn't end there. My memory is that Silverdale Baptist did a lot to reach out to help you. Now Morris Hill Baptist Church is housing you. It's been a community support.
That's exactly right. We just continue to be blessed over and over these past months. Schools, churches, organizations all around our area just come to our assistance. And Morris Hill Baptist Church, it's a beautiful facility. And just within a month of the tornado destroying our campus there at 7815 Shalford Road, they came to our aid and they told us they would take us in. I mean, it's a beautiful facility. It's a hidden gem in East Brainerd. And the people have been so generous, so gracious, just have taken us into their beautiful facility, classrooms and gymnasium and auditorium and everything we really needed.
I would think it's a pretty fitting time for us to be talking, not just because we are now a month and change away from the one-year anniversary of that tornado, but in the school year, this is kind of an admission time for you. Kids are deciding where they're going to go next year. You've got families who might not be sure that Grace Baptist is still functioning.
Yeah, if I were living in the community, I'd be driving past that corner of Shalford and Jenkins and saying, they're gone. But here it is, exciting to say that, yes, we are functioning live and in person this entire school year. Face-to-face experience of education is one of our core values. We really believe in and we have been able to act on that commitment to active, engaged learning in person. And we're very blessed that that has been going on throughout this entire year. We're really committed to that.
Or have you just kind of decided to formulate some plans for the future but not try to drive that bus too much, so to speak, because the whole industry of the whole building industry is on a bit of a delay right now?
Well, I'm not sure I could say that we have been holding back. Honestly, we are driving forward pretty aggressively, and we've got Rardin and Carroll, the architect organization here in this area that's well known, that have been driving us forward. Tyson and Associates, our construction manager, they are all about getting this done, and we're seeing some real potential of by 2022, we're back in action there on that corner of our old campus.
You are Grace Baptist Academy, so we won't get too theological here, but you are very much people of faith. So after the initial setback, have you found yourselves seeing blessings, unexpected ones at every turn?
Oh, I appreciate you asking that, and we absolutely agree with you that we are convinced that God has blessed us. He has not relinquished his care upon us just because we see physical destruction. we're convinced that God has a great plan for us, and He keeps showing it to us in these little ways. And as people come around us, and as people give, as people are very generous, we see His hand upon us.
I do want to ask you this. We've got about a minute left. As the mom of a teenager myself, I think those teenage years have been, to me, some of the most impacted by COVID because their futures have been altered a little bit. The juniors and seniors who aren't getting their graduations the same way, their chances of going to college have shifted. How are your kids that age holding up?
Well, that is right, that it's a very difficult time in life, and regardless of traumas and things that go on around us. But I'm convinced that it's all about the people in our lives, and we really are committed to that with our students. It's, you know, as much as we talk about buildings and we talk about facilities and campuses and programs and all that, listen, for each one of us, it comes down to the people that are in our lives. And our teachers, our staff, have demonstrated over and over again that they are there for the students. And so our students interacting with them in a personal, face-to-face way makes a huge difference for them. And yes, we've got kids who are you know, having difficulty, and they're wondering, you know, in sadness about what they're losing. But when you have people who are wise, they are solid people in their lives, and they love the Lord, and they can point people to the kids to a little longer range view, it makes a big difference.
Well, it is a pleasure to talk to you this morning. Doesn't surprise me one bit that you're finding the optimistic view here. But Matt Pollock, thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you very much. It's been wonderful to be with you.
If you too have enjoyed hearing Matt's outlook on all that the past year has brought, you are more than welcome to give them a call. The phone number at Grace Baptist Academy is 892-8224. Online, it's gracechat.org. And as he said, they are very much open, functioning, and growing. We're back.
This winter, count